Good morning. Welcome to Earth Science. We're going to talk about the metric system a little bit today. So why not start with what countries are out there that still don't use the metric system? And there's three. There's us, and we got Liberia and Myanmar or Burma. And really effectively, since so many countries around these two that use them, they've pretty much effectively used it even though it's not official. We're really the last holdouts on the whole planet for sticking with the stubborn non-metric system. And it's important to learn in the science class because SI units are based in metric. It's what, really what's used a lot more, and it's much simpler. For an example, if you wanted to know in the standard system, if you got to convert between like inches and miles and all of that, you have to know these numbers. Now, a lot of you know that there's 12 inches in a foot. A lot of you know there's 3 feet in a yard. Usually there's maybe a couple people that know that crazy number, that there's 5,280 feet in a mile. So you have to memorize all those numbers. I'm going to tell you with a metric, you don't have to memorize any of them, so that's easy. And then there's totally different systems in our system for weight, volume, and mass. It's all a cluster. Whereas with the metric system, they say, hey, let's use the same thing for mass, for volume, for length. Let's use the same basic system. We'll just call the mass things grams, the volume things liters, and the length things meters. But then everything else built off of that will be the same. And then all you got to really do to convert is slide a decimal back and forth, and life's going to be easy. So that's what this thing's for. This is what you're going to practice a whole bunch of today. All right, so for an example, if we have a meter stick, you guys know what these are. That's 1 meter, but it's also, if you know your prefixes, cent, like century. What is a century? And therefore, what's a centimeter? Or milli, what's a millennium? So what's a millimeter? And how many of those centimeters or millimeters would be on the stick? The answer is there's 100 centimeters and 1,000 millimeters. And it really just comes down to basically sliding a decimal. So here's what you're going to do a whole bunch of times today. You're going to have your basic unit, like a meter, will be here. And then if you want to change it to centimeters, you're going to take the decimal and go boom, boom, down 2 spots. So let's say that I were to measure something and have it be, it was 7.6 meters, maybe the width of the classroom or so. Okay, but I say I need that in centimeters. Well, meters is here. That means take the decimal to go to centimeters and go to the right 2 spots. There's my decimal. And if I go to the right 2 spots, it's going to be 1, 2, and I got to stick a 0 in there because there's an extra spot. So it'll be 760, and there's a decimal there, but you don't really need it. Centimeters. Those two are the same thing. That's the same measurement. That's a conversion. And that's going to be the job today. What if it's liters? Same thing. If this was 7.6 liters, it'd be 760 centiliters. Going the other way, really no harder. Just go the other way. Like if I needed to know what's the width of my room at 7.6 meters in kilometers for some reason, I'd go up to kilo. 1, 2, 3 to the left. So I'll take the decimal and go 1, 2, 3 to the left. There's 2 spots for zeros there. The decimal's right there, so that'd be 0.0076 kilometers. There's the width of my room. All right, so I'm gonna have to practice a whole bunch of those. You'll see the Google Doc. I think you can do it. That should be most of this. All right, this will be at the top of the document too, so you can see that. And if you get stuck, come back to the video. If not, give me a shout or an email. We'll figure it out. All right, good luck today.